Hi everyone, this is Dr. Carolyn Waygood. I'm a board certified doctor of naturopathy and an EMRO Quantum founding member, and I'm here to share with you some information about energy medicine and the EMRO Quantum energy products that are revolutionary, new to the market, and it's time everybody learns a little bit more about their energy system and how it can be used for greater health and wellness. So let's go ahead and get started. EMRO Quantum is a US-based business. The president and founder of EMRO Quantum, Nico Marian, is from Romania. And but the products are actually manufactured and distributed here in America. And what we're going to be talking about today is a little bit about why we are focused on energy medicine, what energy medicine actually is, and we're going to go into each of the quantum energy products that are available today and talk a little bit about their health benefits, how to use them, and then finally how to purchase them. So the question of why now? Why is there an interest in energy medicine? Why is this field of medicine and science growing so rapidly today? Well, there's a number of reasons why it's growing in popularity. And one of them is that people are seeking more information about alternative or complementary medicine. And this is a field of medicine that utilizes natural therapies, natural treatments to help the human body heal, as well as to stimulate optimal health. So there's a great interest in energy medicine growing right now, and that is fueling the popularity of science and research in bioenergetics, which is energy medicine. People are also seeking alternatives to drugs and chemicals. And what we're finding is that people are frustrated with the number of prescription medications that are often prescribed. They're frustrated with the astounding number of side effects that certain drugs carry with them. And so people are really searching for an alternative to a pharmaceutical-based lifestyle. So both of these, an awareness of alternative and complementary medicine and a frustration with prescription drugs, these are both driving the interest in energy medicine. So what is energy medicine? Well, energy medicine is the use of subtle frequencies that have an effect on human cells, tissues, and organs. And when you think about energetic frequencies, the number of things that come to mind is vast. Light is a frequency. Light waves are actually specific frequencies that determine the color of that light. Sound, obviously, is a frequency. Healing touch, massage, whether you know it or not, you are getting subtle energetic frequencies from the hands of your therapist. TENS, for those of you who are familiar with that modality of stimulating the muscle or tendon in order to relieve pain, TENS units, that's a form of energy medicine. So there's a vast variety of energy medicine modalities out there that exist, but people don't really even know that it's energy medicine. So we're really trying to raise awareness of the fact that energy medicine has been around for thousands and thousands of years, but it's just recently that it has become much more scientific because we've got state-of-the-art equipment that can actually measure and produce these subtle frequencies. So that is a little bit about bioenergetics there. But let's get back to why energy medicine, what is energy medicine as it relates to the human being. So the human being is a living organism, obviously, and like any living organism, we're made up of cells, and those cells vibrate at specific frequencies. Whether you know it or not, every cell in your body is actually vibrating. And every cell has a unique vibratory pattern. Red blood cells vibrate differently than brain cells, for example. And that is our internal bioelectric system. So there's constantly things that are vibrating, electrical conductivity, communication through the human organism. We also have this external biofield that is part of our energy system. And that external biofield is actually resonating the frequencies that are being emitted by the internal organism. So a lot of times in energy medicine, when we want to get specific, we talk not only about this internal bioelectric system that flows within the human body, but we're also talking about this external biofield that emanates from the organism. So energy medicine and bioenergetics is based on the fact that, yes, we know energy exists. We know frequencies are coursing through the human body every second of every day. But the fundamental principle of energy medicine is the fact that when there's dysfunctions in those energy patterns and those frequencies, that dysfunction causes disease. And so tapping into that concept, we can then surmise that if we can fix or retune that dysfunctional energy pattern, or retune that disturbed frequency, then we can restore optimal health and actually address causative factors of disease. Well, why EMRO Quantum? And this is fascinating. If you look at this slide, what we're talking about is the fact that we can use subtle energetic frequencies to address a wide variety of health issues. And some of this is chronic. These are chronic health concerns that America and the world have been dealing with for some time, and traditional medicine simply doesn't have a viable answer to that, or a solution to that chronic issue. So let's talk about chronic pain. Pain and chronic pain is the reason why the world is facing an opioid epidemic right now. This is why we have an untold amount of people that are addicted to opioids, and traditional medicine simply addresses it using pharmaceuticals and using drugs that, as we already know, can cause these sorts of epidemics. But let's look over here on the right side of the screen. We've got, chronic fatigue, low energy is an issue. This industry, inadequate sleep patterns is a growing problem in the world. And we'll talk a little bit more about sinus allergy. We have a great testimonial coming up in a little bit on the sinus allergy products that we have, and simply the way that we can strengthen the immune system to deal with these, sensitive pathogens. So this is the point in time where I invite all of our listeners to grab a pen and a paper and begin thinking about who you know who might be dealing with these issues, who might be seeking answers to these health problems and hasn't been able to be helped with traditional medicine. So we're going to be going through this list of issues. We're going to talk about pain. We're going to specifically talk about back pain, inflammation and swelling, sinus congestion and symptoms. Now, this is something that's going to be expounded on in the next webinar, because the upper respiratory system is a target for COVID-19, and everyone wants to learn a little bit more about how to protect their upper respiratory system from viral pathogens. So we'll touch on that a little bit today, but that'll be definitely something that we discuss in a great more detail in the next webinar. We're going to talk about allergy symptoms, itching, immune boosting, stress relief, improving sleep, improving energy and mental clarity, and so much more. So let's go ahead and get moving forward on these incredible quantum energy products. So the first topic that we're going to discuss tonight is the relief of pain and discomfort. So we have 3 different quantum energy discs that address a wide variety of pain. And the first one is the quantum relief disc. And this is a small disc that comes in a package of 12. and it's an adhesive topical disc. You can see it here, hopefully on your screen that I'm holding up. And imprinted on each of these adhesive discs is a variety of frequencies that have been proven effective at relieving pain. I use those discs on small areas of pain, small muscles, and small joints. The quantum back relief disc comes in a package of 8, and this is a larger disc that's imprinted with similar pain relieving frequencies. Now, we can't hear these frequencies, but you can see by the holographic image that hundreds of frequencies are imprinted on each disc, and when placed over an area of pain, it within minutes begins to reduce that pain. And I know that sounds astounding to people that are not involved in energy medicine, but it is indeed true. And I have videos and testimonials from people who are completely floored by the effects that these small adhesive discs have on something that they've dealt with that has a chronic nature. So the back relief disc can be used in larger areas of pain, low back pain, for example, larger muscle groups and larger joints. When pain is accompanied by inflammation, you want to add the quantum circulation disc. And the quantum circulation disc is imprinted with frequencies that specifically reduce swelling and improve the flow of both fluid and energy through the human body. So this slide is a wonderful first aid kit. My daughter went bike riding and flew head over heels over the handlebar to avoid something. And when she came home, obviously the first thing I want to do is stop the bleeding, but the second thing, and clean it. The second thing I want to think about is let's relieve her pain and let's stop the swelling and the bruising. So I immediately put on this acute injury some quantum relief discs and some quantum circulation discs. Next morning she woke up, the swelling was gone, there was minimal bruising, and as a matter of fact, when we took the quantum circulation disc off the injury after 3 days, you could actually see where the quantum circulation disc was, and there was no bruising within that direct vicinity. So it's pretty incredible to see the effects like that. As I said, I was going to share some testimonials with you. Here's an embedded video in the presentation. I'm not going to play it because it's a little lengthy, but I do invite you who are the listeners out there who are particularly interested in pain relief. I do invite you to write down this YouTube video link. And please listen to it, because this was a video testimonial I took from 3 veterans at a recent health fair, and they tried the pain relief discs, and they were amazed. And how joyful is it to help a veteran overcome chronic pain? So the next set of discs are the sinus allergy discs and the quantum immune boost disc. And the sinus allergy disc is a disc that is worn in pairs. So you wear one behind each ear for those of you who are suffering from sinus allergy symptoms. I wear these every single day. They're behind each ear. You place it right behind in the fleshy part of the ear. And I'm doing so not only because I struggle a little bit with allergies here in Florida. Everything's blooming at all times. But in particular, I am concerned with keeping my upper respiratory tract clean and clear and healthy, because that is the predominant area of infection with viral pathogens, airborne viral pathogens like COVID-19. So I really want to keep the sinuses clear and not inflamed, and not have a buildup of mucus, which is something that invites pathogens to take hold and begin proliferating. We have a person on our call tonight, Carolyn Spencer, who has a testimonial she'd like to share with you about quantum sinus allergy, and it's unique. And it's important enough for me to say to everyone, especially those people living in areas where there's biting insects like Florida and Texas, please take notice of this testimonial. So Carolyn, would you unmute yourself and share with us what you know about sinus allergy?
Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, because I was introduced to quantum patches or discs, as we call them, about 3 years ago, and I can't tell you, I believe I've used them all at one time or another. But I don't know if any of you are like me or not, but if you have pets, you find yourself walking the pets or being outside with the pets. And as Carolyn said, especially here where we are in Florida, there are all kinds of little critters out there that can cause you to have problems with itching, etc. And the other day when I was walking my dog, I didn't even pay any attention, and still to this day don't know how or what it was. But I came inside, and all of a sudden I found myself scratching on my leg, and so I'm looking down to see what possibly could have happened. And I honestly could not see where there was a bite. But around my ankle, I literally had swelling so that I could hardly tell where the ankle bone was. So it was getting later, so I decided, okay, I'll get it all, cleaned up a little bit, and I will put the discs on my leg before I go to bed. So I did. I took an allergy disc, and honestly, Carolyn would have to explain to you why, because she's the doctor in this regard, but it does reduce the itching, the allergy disc itself. But I put it on in the area where the bug maybe had bit. And so I finally found it, and I literally put an allergy disc on that spot. And then because I was going to bed, covered it with tape as well, so that I didn't manage to get rid of it during the night. So I woke up the next morning, and even though it had swollen till I could not see my ankle, the next morning, like Carolyn said about others, I looked down, and first of all, it completely reduces the itching and the scratching. And I looked down, and all of the swelling was gone as well. And that was literally in an overnight experience. Down here in Florida, well, I think probably anywhere, at least in the summertime, it's a great addition to taking anything else or putting yourself through anything more with, and the risk of infection by scratching bites.
You're absolutely right, and you touched upon something I think that a lot of mothers out there should be aware of. In these summer months, hopefully kids are able to get outside and play, even though we have this shelter at home sort of lifestyle. And when something itches, a child is going to scratch it, and they could scratch it open. And we have a variety of natural bacteria that reside on our skin that's not supposed to get underneath the epidermis. And when it does, it could cause a great deal of problems. So if we have something, a little adhesive disc that can be placed over top a bug bite and stop the itching immediately, it's a very valuable thing to have in your first aid kit for the summer months. And thank you so much, Carolyn, for sharing that, because it's a great testimonial of the efficacy of that product. The second disc on that slide is our Quantum Immune Boost disc. And the Quantum Immune Boost disc is worn on the sternum. I happen to be wearing two. You might be able to see it if you can. And I'm wearing two on my sternum at all times, simply because of the pandemic, the current pandemic. Usually you only have to wear one, but I'm being very, very careful and very diligent in keeping my immune system strong, so that if I do come in contact with a pathogen, my immune defenses can basically take care of that immediately and not allow something to progress to a point where it really becomes a scary issue. And like I said, we've got a couple of testimonials about the sinus allergy discs. We've got some videos posted on YouTube. You just heard a great testimonial from Carolyn Spencer on a very unique way of using the quantum sinus allergy disc. So I invite you to jot down those links as well and check that out. Let's move on to the next pair of discs. We have the stress relief disc and the quantum sleep disc. And wow, how important is this actually during this day and age as well? A lot of people are stressed regarding the viral threat, as well as the possibility of, you know, low work, loss of work. And stress, obviously, I think a lot of people know, stress actually inhibits the immune responses. So if we can reduce stress, we can aid in the mental health environment in today's day and age, and we can also improve someone's health and well-being by not allowing stress to inhibit the immune system. So stress comes in a package like this. It comes in a package of 12. And again, this disc is usually worn in pairs. You place one disc behind each ear, and it has subtle frequencies that simply help to calm the sympathetic nervous system and create a more uplifted mood, and it lowers our anxiety levels. So it's not a drug-induced euphoria by any means, but it's just taking the edge off. And what I failed to mention earlier is each of these discs lasts about 5 days. So when you put a quantum stress relief disc behind each ear, leave the disc on for 5 days, and it provides 5 full days of energy therapy to help keep your stress levels down. Quantum sleep is a little different from the other discs in that it is only worn at bedtime. So it is not something that you wear 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Quantum sleep disc looks like this. It's imprinted with subtle frequencies that help entrain the brain to reach low delta wave sleep patterns. And you place it on each temple, one on your right and one on your left temple before bedtime. Upon wakening, you remove them and you would place them on a separate little piece of wax paper to keep the discs safe so that you can use them again during the next evening. And what quantum sleep does is it uses low-level frequencies to entrain. I know that's a scientific word, but basically it is retraining the brain to kind of calm down at night and operate at a lower brainwave pattern so that you can reach deeper delta wave sleep patterns. We've got some great testimonials regarding stress and quantum stress relief and quantum sleep, and you can take a look at those here. We've got some more posted on YouTube as well. If you've got any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me. Let's talk a little bit about energy. So there's a number of products that deal with donating extra energy to us. And boy, who doesn't need more energy in today's day and age? We've got Quantum Performance, and Quantum Performance is a unique disc. It comes in a package of 12, and it's a small little oval disc like that. And what's great about Quantum Performance is it's a stimulating disc, and what we are trained in energy medicine is the fact that stimulating disc can be used in stimulating or tonifying, for example, an acupuncture point. So rather than getting a needle placed in a certain area, or if we're at stay at home and your acupuncturist isn't practicing in clinic, you can actually work with your acupuncturist with the Quantum Performance disc and get an acupuncture treatment using this tonifying little adhesive disc with the help of your acupuncture. So that's one way the Quantum Performance disc is used. Another is place the Quantum Performance disc again on your sternum, and it donates energy and it helps you overcome feelings of fatigue. When it's placed in the back of the neck, it also can actually aid in mental clarity. The energy wristband looks like this. I'm wearing one right now. So is Carolyn Spencer. I see it. And the wristband is something that's worn 24/7. I don't wear it if I'm swimming or soaking in a tub. Actually, none of the discs should be worn submerged underwater because water will dissipate the energy imprinted on each product. But the wristband is something that I speak very well about when I'm talking about protecting and enhancing our external biofield. It's that energy field that I call our armor. So the energy wristband not only helps the flow of energy through internally our bioelectric system, but it also helps us protect ourselves from negative energy. We also have 2 energy bracelets. I'm wearing 2 of them. They look like this, and this is the female version. It looks like, I'm trying to get it on the picture. There we go. It looks like this. And embedded in the bracelet are stones. And these stones are different colors. There's a red, there's a black, and there's a brown stone. And the black stone is germanium, which is an electron donor, so it's donating energy to the body. The red stone is an infrared stone that is a conductor, so it's actually helping infuse the energy deeper into the epidermis. And the brown stone is imprinted with the proprietary energetic frequencies that are also imprinted on our performance disc. So this is, again, a stimulating, energy donating formula, frequency formula that helps to increase energy levels. We've got amazing testimonials on those products. This one that I'm showing you here on the screen is, as you can see, 22 minutes long, so obviously I'm not going to play it for you. But I do want you to check that out, because that is a testimonial from a stroke patient who tried everything additional medicine had to offer to recover from his stroke. So when they reached out to an EMRO Quantum distributor, they had nothing to lose in their mind and began to use a variety of different quantum energy products. And the testimony speaks for itself. It's pretty amazing to watch the transformation and the improvement of that patient simply using quantum energy products. We'll go on to the next slide. We're on our last 2 slides of quantum energy products. This is the weight control system. It is not a single product, it's actually a product set that includes the quantum stress discs, the quantum sleep discs, a new disc called the Quantum Weight Control System disc, and also an associated wristband that is also imprinted with the weight control system frequency formulas. This set is used in combination with one another, and it's amazing. I have a separate webinar on this system entirely, because of the holistic approach it takes towards weight loss and healthy weight management. And it goes into a great level of detail of the causative factors that could be involved in someone's excess weight issues. So I won't go into it in detail, just know that this is a product set that takes a holistic energetic approach to healthy weight management. The last disc that I talk about in today's webinar is the Quantum Cell Phone Defense disc. This is also a little bit of a different disc than the others that I've talked about, because this is not worn on the body. This is actually placed on an electronic device to change the electromagnetic fields, the EMFs, that the device is emitting. We now know through science that each electronic device emits these harmful EMFs, and those EMFs, again, affect the human energy system and affects our cells. I have a whole webinar on EMFs and the clinical data, the scientific data that supports what those EMFs are doing at a cellular level. So I won't go into it in great detail here, but suffice it to say we have an amazing disc here that lasts about 30 to 60 days, depending on the use of the electronic device, and helps protect us from those harmful EMFs. Okay, so now you heard all about our quantum energy products, and you might be wondering how you can procure your products for yourself or your loved ones. And maybe you wrote down some names of people that you might be able to help. And there are 3 ways to purchase your quantum energy products. The first is through an online retail store. The second is by becoming a preferred customer. And the third is considering becoming a wholesale customer or even an independent retailer yourself. If you were invited to listen to this video by an EMRO Quantum retailer, I urge you to reach back out to them and make sure that you have their online store web address. This is my address. If you are not working with an EMRO Quantum retailer, you can go to waygoodwellness.emroquantum.com and peruse that online store and read a little bit more about our amazing products. You can also purchase your products there. But again, if you are working with an EMRO Quantum retailer, please make sure that you visit their store, because they work passionately within our community to raise awareness of energy medicine. Preferred customers, you can get a preferred customer code from your EMRO Quantum retailer, and that code saves you $10 a package. So that adds up. And if you were a guest listening to this video tonight, then I want to also offer you a free sample pack of our EMRO Quantum discs. That is a sample of every single disc that I talked about on this webinar this evening. So reach out to me. And wholesalers or retailers, they can purchase their EMRO Quantum products at the lowest possible price, and that's $29.95 per package. And the energy wristband, the bracelet, is a little bit more expensive, obviously. The bracelet is a beautiful addition to your jewelry, and it lasts about a year, but even after a year, I'm not throwing mine away because I put it out in the sun and I'm actually charging it. So I'll give you a little hint there. Don't ever throw your quantum energy bracelet away. If you are interested in our wholesale program, I want to let you know that it's an amazing opportunity to get your products not only at the lowest possible price, but it's also an opportunity to earn extra income. There's over 8 ways an EMRO Quantum retailer can earn income simply by sharing the products and sharing your own online store. You can also help people reduce their intake of drugs and chemicals, reduce their medication costs, and help others simply be healthier naturally. You can grow and learn your knowledge about energy medicine. This is an emerging field of science and medicine that is positioned to become the future of our healthcare system. So it's a great time to get involved and become an EMRO Quantum retailer. As I mentioned earlier, there's over 8 ways to earn income. I have a separate webinar that goes into the details of this income generating opportunity. It is amazing, as only a network opportunity can provide. You are not limited by the income that you can produce. Network marketing offers an incredible opportunity from that perspective. The other reason why I pause at this slide is that EMRO Quantum is a ground floor company right now. It's a ground floor business. Who out there knows really about energy medicine, and yet it is positioned to grow significantly during the next few years. This pandemic has raised awareness of non-drug, non-pharmaceutical related modalities that are effective in helping us be healthier. So these times are definitely raising greater awareness about natural health, and energy medicine is part of that field. If you are interested in becoming an EMRO Quantum distributor, then I invite you to look at these 3 easy steps in order to take that next step in your energy medicine journey. You enroll as a retailer for $39.95 per year. You would choose a particular enrollment package, and that package includes quantum energy discs to help you get started, not only in experiencing the energy products yourself, but also in sharing them with others. And you would then set up a monthly auto shipment of 3 packages of discs that you would want to use for yourself and your family. And in today's day and age, I definitely recommend everyone consider the Quantum Immune Boost disc to strengthen our immune defenses. I also highly encourage people to consider having your sinus allergy disc on hand at all times, not just because I'm concerned with upper respiratory health, but also because it's summer. And as Carolyn Spencer said in her testimonial this evening, summer often means insect bites that itch, and the quantum sinus allergy disc can help from that perspective. And I guess the third disc that I would recommend to everyone is either the quantum relief, pain relief disc, the small disc I talked about, or the larger quantum back relief disc, and having that one or the other on hand to help address acute pain or even chronic pain would be helpful. So there are 3 discs right there that everyone should have in their household. So it's pretty easy to pick out 3 discs that you can use every month. For those people who are listening to this before June 30th, 2020, if you reach out to me and you want to become an EMRO Quantum distributor or a wholesale customer, I have an offer here. I will provide you with a free silver package, and that's one package of each of the 9 discs we talked about this evening. So that's a great, valuable little gift to get before the end of June. I also want to call your attention this evening to some upcoming webinars that we'll be hosting through the end of 2020. As I talked about, one of the next webinars will go a little bit more into detail about how our discs can be used to help deal with viral pathogens. We'll be talking about the allergy season and insects again a little bit more in July, in the middle of the summer. I will be offering back to school tips for those moms who are anxious about their children going back to an academic environment where there's a large group of children, and how to keep them safe and healthy. And as you can see, there's a wide variety of additional webinars that we will be talking about through the end of the year. So I want to invite everyone to consider asking yourself, how can you integrate energy medicine into your lifestyle today? How can you nurture and support not only your internal bioelectric system, but also strengthen your external biofield, that armor that we have, that energetic armor to protect us against viral pathogens and negative energy and so much more. How do you see yourself integrating that into your lifestyle? Do you want to start with samples? Well, if you do, reach out to me and let me know. I will have my card up here on the screen, and you can email me or contact your EMRO Quantum distributor directly. Are you interested in becoming a wholesale customer and get your products at the lowest price, or even start representing EMRO Quantum energy products in your community and becoming an independent retailer? There's a wide variety of options for you to get involved in energy medicine. And like I said, it's a growing field and an amazing field where you can truly make a difference in somebody's life. So again, this is my EMRO Quantum online storefront address, waygoodwellness.emroquantum.com. I invite you to look at that and read and watch some videos about the products. I want to thank you for your time, and I want to wish you all great health and happiness throughout the rest of the year. So God bless everybody, and thank you for tuning in. I hope that you consider adding EMRO Quantum to your healthcare protocols today. Thank you so much.